when it's Wednesday. It's always Flex Zone Wednesdays. Welcome to the Flex Zone on Fox Sports 1340 AM Hopewell, the only place we can get your sports how you want it, when you need it. I'm your host, Mikkel Ramos. I'm always in attendance, and some other guys that are always in attendance with me. I love you. The usual suspects in the house tonight: Roger D, Cavante, Byron, Dre. Hello.
Hey.
What it do?
Hola.
What it is, people.
And joining us, our special guest. Not even special. You know, you're the only intern that has had consecutive spots on the show. A little bit too much too early, Dre. You're giving them too much too early, bro. Anyway, Terrell, hello.
How you doing?
That's it.
I'm great.
You talking to yourself over there.
He sound like it's heat. I mean, I know.
Oh,
sound great.
On to the
boom!
next
Shots
topic.
fired.
Started open.
Speaking of the NBA playoffs, before the NBA playoffs, I want you to remember to go like us on our Facebook page, The Flex Zone. Follow us and comment on Twitter and on Instagram at The Flex Zone 1. And, of course, if you have any questions, ideas, or possibly want to be a guest, send us an email to theflexzone1@gmail.com. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, the YouTube channel that is ever-changing and ever-growing. Tonight's show, NBA playoffs, and a little bit of boxing. But when I say boxing, I'm not talking about boxing. I'm talking about a whole nother sport. But we'll get into that later. Anyways, first thing on the market before we get into the playoffs. Stephen Curry stands alone, people. First unanimous MVP. A record 402 three-pointers. All 131 MVP votes went to Steph. LeBron James, one vote of getting all first-place votes in 2013, and Shaquille O'Neal was one vote away as well in 2000's ballot. Sits by himself in the NBA, being the only guy to hold the coveted award of being unanimous. When it comes to other sports, however, he joins a very rare and elite club. The other unanimous club, people, Tom Brady, who was only unanimous winner of the Associated Press NFL MVP award in 2010. The Golden Boy gets that one. And that was after 3 years of falling short of one vote sweeping the ballot. And Wayne Gretzky got all 63 first-place votes for the NHL's Hart Trophy in 1982, the first person in his sport to do so. Unanimous. First, before we get into any other comments of another important guy, I have to ask you, unanimous. Big ups to the boy Stephen Curry, right, D?
No question about it. I mean, he's had a magnificent season, over 400 threes, over 30 points a game, less than 35 minutes played. I mean, one of the better seasons you ever see in any sport.
Stephen Curry. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Cavante.
I mean, statistically, he's had the best individual season ever. So, I mean, it's only right that he got every first place vote, which is the first unanimous ever. You know what I'm saying? It fits.
I want all you guys to give your opinion on this one because go ahead. You
I mean, I was going to say not only that, but I mean, was there really any competition for MVP this season?
Oh yeah, this year, no. I mean, it wasn't like last year where it was potentially at least three or four guys. Yeah. But no, this year it was him throughout. Like, it wasn't a doubt in my mind this year that he wasn't going to be MVP.
Hold on to that one, Byron. Stephen Curry, great accomplishment.
Great accomplishment. Crazy enough, the 95-96 year where the Bulls had the 72-10, Jordan even didn't win unanimous. So crazy enough, he was, I think, 4 votes shy. But Steph Curry, winning at everything. You look at on the court, off the court, does things the right way. Even what he said the other day about people, kind of saying he's not the most valuable player. He's getting good at ignoring people. He's doing what he does best.
Well, you should have went to Byron last.
Yeah, I should have put Byron last. Anywho's, Terrell?
I mean, there's no way to really explain it. I mean, he deserved that. And I honestly feel like the number 2 wasn't even close to him. I felt like, he won that race with flying colors. The things that man does on the court, he's a big difference. And then the way he plays the games, it doesn't even look like he tries hard. Like, he just brings the ball down the court and just tosses it.
Roger, his whole life is a lituation. Did you see his daughter? That was cute.
Beautiful.
The way she walked into that press conference, like, I see y'all, I see you.
But,
Anywho, Stephen Curry.
Steph Curry, I mean, 50% shooting, 50% shooting, 45% from 3-point line.
was averaging 24 points last year and averaged over 30 this year. I mean, the improvement in his game is tremendous. I mean, I haven't seen a guy like, do the things that he's done ever as a point guard, and over 73 wins this year. I mean, the guy's phenomenal, the best player in the league.
It's very interesting the point of view you guys have, because guess what? Somebody else did not think as highly of Stephen Curry as you all guys do. Okay, LeBron James on unanimous voting of Steph Curry, he goes on to say, first thing LeBron James says, I think sometimes the word valuable or best player of the year, you can have different results. That's not taking anything away from anyone that's ever won the award. When you talk about the most valuable, then you have a different conversation. So taking nothing away from him, he's definitely deserving of that award for sure. When it comes to LeBron James's comments on unanimous and the idea of being unanimous, are they pointless comments of drinking too much Haterade, or are they justifiable with a point? Dre.
Nah, LeBron sounded a little salty with what he said, but he makes a good point, though. There is really a difference between the best player and the most valuable player. LeBron James is still the best player in the world, but this season, Steph Curry was the most valuable player in the NBA.
I totally agree.
LeBron's been in the league a very long time. Since his rookie season, he's made an explosion in the league. Steph Curry has just kind of come into his own these past couple seasons, but LeBron James, he's able to just bring so much to the game by being able to play all 5 positions on the floor, defensively, his explosion. He could.
So it's about him not winning it, because everything you're saying has to do with why LeBron.
I don't think it's coming from a place of where he hasn't won anything. I think it's coming from a place of why is Steph Curry kind of getting all this love, as opposed to in the past seasons when we've seen a Derrick Rose or Kevin Durant win MVP. And at the time, they were in that conversation of best player in the league. But Steph Curry is just kind of on a different plateau.
Let's go down the line, shall we? Okay, if we define valuable, okay, you can say LaMarcus Cousins and James Harden. Let's look at them. They're more valuable on their teams because with or without them, everything doesn't work on their squads. But Steph Curry has done just as much as they have, and his team only lost 3 games. So to a degree, you can talk about Kawhi Leonard if you want to talk about an aspect on the court. You could talk about defense. Okay, Stephen Curry is not known for great defense, but at the same time,
actually led the league in steals. So
yeah, that too. But some would say Stephen Curry does not play that much defense. But on top of that, Kawhi Leonard was on a 67 game, a team that has won 67 games as well, and he's with how many Hall of Famers are on his team?
Like 4.
3.
They named them.
They got a whole bunch of
them. Ginobili, Parker, Duncan, and maybe West.
As many rings as they have, that's how many.
I'll give you great. I'll give you great.
Well, Aldridge one day will be.
David West, absolutely.
I'll give you Popovich. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Will be a Hall of Famer?
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer too.
Well, look at it that way. As many rings as they have, that's how many. That's how many Hall of Famers they have. So
what the Spurs are a little bit different because they're definitely long in the tooth, and Kawhi Leonard is the next generation of San Antonio.
But in that sense of talking about Stephen Curry unanimous, and we're talking about valuable here, it's unfair to a degree.
Well,
were these you agree with the comments?
I don't.
Oh yeah, of course I agree with the comments because he's right. It's just that coming from him, it was really salty. I mean, that's all it was.
Yeah.
He was in a bad spot, and they asked him right after. That's the thing. You don't ask athletes right after something happens because that's where you go get the rawest information.
Yes, you do because you get the best content, and people like us get to talk about it.
Huh? Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. But now when we define valuable, I define it as if I take this player away, what is this team? Now we take Steph Curry away from this team. They're not a 73-win team. I'm sure they're a playoff team, but they're not a 73.
You take LeBron away from Cleveland, they probably won't even win 10 games.
But we also saw that we also saw Portland. We also saw
but in the East with Kyrie and Kevin Love, though, they could still probably sneak in.
We also saw the Houston series. So at the same time, Steph's hurt. We saw the Portland series. Steph's hurt. I mean, he has to come back and kind of restore order. 17 points in overtime. They were winning without him, but at the same time, with him, it's just so
They're like almost unbeatable.
It's like they're a little.
So
bit
in that
better
case, that would make him valuable.
Correct,
though.
absolutely. They're a little bit better than everybody else, but with Steph Curry, they're head and shoulders above everybody else.
Let's say this.
So
Without
it's
Steph Curry, they
valuable.
beat you by 5. With Steph Curry, they beat you by 25.
So
that's
that
valuable.
would mean
Sure.
valuable, right?
Absolutely,
If we
absolutely.
go off that would mean valuable. I have to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, LeBron's comments are somewhat correct, but coming from him, like Gravante said, like, why would you say that? Why would you put the pressure on yourself like that? You're already 2-4 in the finals. Do you want Steph to go off on you and beat you?
And
That's absolutely what he wants.
And that makes that makes my question to you.
I want that too.
That makes my question to you, D,
gosh.
because you've been very critical of LeBron James. Now,
And this is why.
Kobe won MVP. How many rings? I don't think he's very much concerned about how many MVPs, whether they be final or regular season, that he had, because it was all about the hardware at the end of it all, and I grabbed it. So, in regards to the King, how much more is he invested in individual accolades than the rings on his finger? And if these comments do these comments as right in a sense as they me, and some say bitter, does that also implicate that as well?
The reason I think that
Bro, you got 4.
because not just these comments. He made some about Kawhi Leonard. He made some about Steve Kerr. We're going to get into here in a moment.
Totally will.
Oh yeah, about the head coach of the year.
Yeah.
He made
And-
comments
and-
about that
and
too.
it's like, why? At this moment, he's front running.
He's reaching.
He's front running. He feel like he's confident.
He's poking the bear.
Well, if that's the
he
case,
wants to poke the bear, and I
that's the
don't,
last
I don't
thing
think
you
he
wanna
wants
do.
Don't
that
poke
thing.
that bear.
well,
man.
if that's the case, why didn't he mention himself in all this? Granted, he gave other people props, but
I mean, it's more like I forgot the reporter that was that's been talking to him, but he mentioned how he didn't get unanimous MVP in 2011, and Carmelo got the 1 vote, and it's like it's little stuff we've seen from him over the years. I ain't gonna say it's annoying, but it's like, really, man, come on.
let's move forward to those comments about Steve Kerr, shall we? I think Portland's Terry Stotts should have been on, or could have been, Coach of the Year. I can't remember the last time that I've seen a team lose 4 starters and still be in the same position as far as the postseason success they had. Rightfully so statement. Steve Kerr did sit out, and Luke Walton had to take his spot. However, all verbal assaults directed at a team that beat his team in the finals, that we will revisit soon. What's wrong?
Man, I think he's just talking now. It's like it kind of started at the end of last year when he said he's the best player in the world.
Right.
And they end up
Profoundly
losing.
so.
And they
In
end up
6?
losing that.
Yeah.
That
The
next
next
game.
2.
End up losing everything. So it's like, I'm the best player in the world, but I'm going home.
I'm the best player in the world, but there's
well,
someone in another team that's better.
He did his part, though. That's the thing.
He has all his horses this year, and he knows it's going to be a different story potentially if they meet
I
up again.
don't know.
Well, we will see.
Well, we're going to find
We're
out.
going to see.
That matchup
well-
is the only matchup that I believed in. I know regular season don't mean nothing, but everybody and their mama was waiting for that game on Christmas. They had everybody. Granted, they had everybody, and everybody wasn't in full swing, but are they going to be greater because of the fact that, let's be real here, they become the immaculate conception in the playoffs only because they have played no one.
True.
Your test,
I agree with that.
Toronto will not be a test to most.
That-
They won't be a test to most. So if the test is in the West and the test is Golden State,
You need a full timeout? What's going on?
what's going
I
on?
need a timeout on this one.
You're tied to
about
tied.
to
If the
bench?
test is in
Well,
Golden State,
Are you saying that he
then-
played someone?
enough still will not be enough.
Because let's get one thing straight. The Cavaliers have been tested in the playoffs.
This year.
By who?
This year by who?
Who?
It's
Kidding me?
not. It's not like y'all are acting like they're blowing each team away by 20 every time they step on the floor. Some games have been pretty close.
They won all of them, though.
No, they have won them, but it's not like they're not sitting up here battle tested. Just because you swept the team doesn't mean that the games aren't close. This is playoff basketball.
you come
It's a
from?
different
Is
level of
that tied too
intensity.
tight on you?
Now, Dre, I
As
do,
it's not
tight,
I
it's
do,
loose.
It needs to
I
tighten
do
it
get
up.
where you coming from. Because Kyrie and Kevin Love aren't known for their defense. They can be in Shaq's Where's Barbecue Chicken. Now,
I was about
and
to
you-
make that reference too about the barbecue.
yeah, you
chicken.
can go at them.
A lot
So
of
that
them guys
Kyle
can.
Lowry, DeRozan, and those boys, they can go at them. They ain't gonna be easy, but they can go at them and get theirs. But I agree with you on that.
Okay, so when you just kind
But
of sort
they
of
dominated. Like,
float through a team,
dominated. When I say
float,
float, Please, you gonna sit here and tell me Atlanta gave them
Really?
a go?
Seriously?
Did you see the
I say the
disparity in
Pistons. I say the
points?
Pistons did a better job than the Hawks.
The
They
Pistons
did.
definitely
The
did a
Hawks.
better
Some of
job.
those-
The Pistons
some of
got
those
one.
games
The
have been-
Pistons should have won game one,
some of
but
those-
that's
They
it.
blew it. They
but
blew
they
it.
blew that, and that was it.
Some of those games, like I said, they've been pretty.
I say
they've been
about
close.
6 out of them 8 games was no point in watching.
It didn't
6
matter
out of
whether
those
they
8.
were home or away.
WTF.
6 out
What
of 8.
they were.
At least 6 out of 8.
The Detroit series, and the Detroit series, that was a Detroit team that actually were successful against them in the regular season.
Yeah,
As far as their record in the regular season is concerned, Atlanta came in with nothing.
literally, and
And
left
did nothing.
with the
It did
same
nothing.
thing.
They left with air.
I-
Anywho, I have to ask you, LeBron James' comments about Steve Kerr and Stephen Curry and the accolades. Is this a bigger picture in general for everybody as far as understanding this question? Are the Warriors just too many smiles and too much glitz and glamour for everyone? It's too much too early. They having too much fun. They doing too much. They winning too much. We're sick of them. Basically, that's what LeBron James sounds like he's saying.
think
We're sick of
he
them.
is sick
I
of
think
them.
LeBron is just sick of
Yeah,
them.
he's sick of them.
He's sick of
And
his
because
his
he-
line
But he
getting
can't
down.
talk. He did the same thing in Miami. He was there 4 years. They went to the finals.
Every
He
year.
had an All-Star, played with 2 other Hall of Famers. So it's kind of like, are you really mad? Like, chill out.
I would say, yo, your time is near this. It's near
Everywhere
this
he
end.
goes, he recruits
All I know is
stars
this.
to play with.
And once he
If
loses,
he goes 2-5 in the finals and he loses to Golden State,
We know
he's
what y'all
going to
gonna
get
do.
dragged through the mud
Yeah, we know what
all
y'all gonna do.
day
Well,
long.
I think this season is a little
afraid to
different.
sit here what you think.
No, this season I think is a little different because
Get the
of
foul line.
because of what Golden State has done this season. But LeBron, everybody knows he has to win at least one more. I don't think he'll
No.
ever get back to a 500 or above 500
this
record
be
in
the
the
year.
NBA Finals. And no, this is not the season because there's somebody named Steph Curry. And his coach is Steve Kerr, and they're not going to allow anything.
Shoot, it don't even
less
matter if
than
his
an
coach
NBA
ain't Steve Kerr.
championship.
If it's Luke
and they,
Walton,
and they want Cleveland.
Hey,
That's the thing, they
Dre,
want Cleveland.
you could coach them.
They
Do
want
what you've been doing
Cleveland.
all year. Shoot.
But,
There we go.
Not hard.
But quickly back to that though, the coach of a 73-win team is going to win the Coach of the Year.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Now-
it's no knock to
well,
Mr.
Now he has a point because Steve Kerr did miss more than half of the season. But to say the Portland now, Terry Scott.
Yeah, he's not wrong about
Now
that.
he's done a great job with that
Stotts.
Portland team.
Great job.
He's done a great
Yes, he
great
has.
job. But to say he deserves Coach of the Year is a stretch.
Wait a minute. Now, I mean,
There he goes
reaching.
But you
again.
can't be coach of the year with a 5 seed.
Yeah, and there's other
Exactly.
There's
That's what I'm
other
saying.
teams out there. What about Memphis and the job that was done over there? Because that was a depleted team.
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah,
Well, we found
yeah.
out with that
Wait,
coach
wait.
though, he was trying to look for another
here's
job.
another question.
Whole time.
Well, wouldn't you? Only thing good in Memphis is the
But,
barbecue.
Here's another question. If Steve Kerr didn't coach the whole year, right, and he still wins the award, granted Luke Walton was ahead of him. I mean, Luke Walton coached the team in his absence.
It should have been some type
But
of
Steve
cold.
Kerr
cold
was still
something.
there. He just wasn't on the
I know,
side.
no.
That's why I'm
listen to
like,
this.
still was coaching.
Listen to this. Cleveland's coach, David Blatt's fired. He's fired. And then your boy Tyronn Lue comes in.
You thought he's gonna get Coach of the Year?
You still working? Why didn't you mention him? You still you working with the same people?
It's
They
something.
switched it out. Why not mention your own guy?
It may be something.
Why not mention your own guy? You didn't in any
you know
comments
why?
that you made.
You know
You,
why
didn't
he
mention
did it?
yourself if you're the best player in the world. If I'm LeBron James and I can say I'm the best player in the world, and somebody else does, I mean, he didn't deserve MVP unanimously, but you didn't name a player. I'm going to say me. If I'm going to talk about another coach, yeah, I mentioned another coach, but why not talk about in the same sense your own coach? Because some of the same things that you're talking about that you're against is the same things that happen in
And
Cleveland.
that's what Byron was just saying. Like,
That's right.
you play one side, but then you jump right to the other side as soon as the tables turn. LeBron's been doing this his whole career,
Yeah,
man.
he likes to jump.
How
He's been doing this for a
How
long
hypocritical
time.
does it make you sound?
It's hard to make himself, Coach of the Year. Just saying.
I know he wishes he was.
Wow. If that ain't a tweet,
I
well,
think
I don't
he's
know
still
no
going for
other.
Executive of the Year.
Yeah,
though.
he wants Executive Coach of the Year, GM, Owner of the Year.
MVP. He wants it all
He wants it all.
instead of the one that matters.
I know it's not going on our topic, but I think the most tragic thing of the whole MVP race was Russell Westbrook getting what, fourth?
Yeah.
That's crazy. He had 18 triple doubles this year.
Yeah.
It has to do with his attitude. It's not about basketball, but that's another story.
He's not media friendly.
Yeah, he derails people the wrong way.
Let us continue, shall we? Whether you like it or not, screw you. Steve Kerr, Coach of the Year. unanimous MVP getter, Stephen Curry. Anyways, in moving forward, Eastern Conference Finals.
Do we have to talk?
Eastern Conference Finals. We got to stay in the East a
Hey,
little
be
bit.
respectful. They got Drake.
Be respectful. We're going to stay in the
That's
Toronto
nice.
Raptors versus your Cleveland Cavaliers.
But you know what's crazy? The Cavaliers only won one more game than the Raptors in the regular season. It was
The
closer
team
than
that was
people
supposed to
thought.
be trying to catch them.
And if you look at on paper, these are the two teams that were supposed to meet. Raptors and the Cavs been the best two teams in the East during the regular season. So give props to the Raptors, best regular season. And let's not forget, they lost game 1 to Indiana, and everybody here was holding their breath like, dang, same old Raptors.
Hey.
They about to go down again.
One guy though, Valanciunas. Is he going to play?
Valanciunas.
But give credit to Biyombo. He's been playing very well. Had 17 to 16 the other night.
I mean, don't no disrespect. Biyombo is a good defensive player, but you really think he's going to be able to, match up with?
Speaking of Biyombo, let's go back.
Okay.
Let's retell
Rewind.
the tale. Let's rewind and retell the tale. I don't
Rewind.
care how your face looks, Terrell. We're going to discuss this one.
Uh-oh.
Let's retell the tale that was Game 7, shall we? Raptors, Miami.
No, only one team showed
in
up.
Toronto. Okay, so it goes 7 games. Okay.
They were jet lagged.
They defeat them.
The Heat stayed-
Excuses.
116 to this score didn't show that. 116 to 89. Kyle Lowry 35 points. DeMar DeRozan added 28. And the guy from Congo, Bismack Biyombo, 17 points and 16 rebounds, which means that offensive rebounding was on point, brother. No Jonas Valanciunas. When that happens, a guy needs to step up, right? However, on the other side of the ball, first, there was no big man neither, to a degree. First time ever in franchise history.
Not even with Vince Carter?
Not even with Vince.
Not even with Tracy McGrady?
Not even with
Not even with
Tracy.
Mighty Mouse Damon
Not even with
Stoudemire?
Tracy.
They lost
Ever.
Game 7 to the Sixers.
They've made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I will ask you this question because you will be asked this question, Cravante, because we had a little outing. Sometimes the Flex Zone likes to go out
I wasn't
outside of
invited.
just the mics. And we like to enjoy each other's company. We fellowship, as you will.
Fellowship.
We fellowship.
Great
as you
word.
will.
Testify.
Waiting to see.
Great word.
We fellowship as you.
We
We
fellowship.
fellowship as you will.
That's your word.
And,
That's you.
and amidst our fellowing, we watched some of the game. And one of the things this young man to my right said to me, well, not to me, but to everyone, is that Toronto would not win. Not only did he say Toronto would not win, we got to talk about another team he said he wasn't going to win either. But they're in the West. We'll talk about them later. You, Cravante, great achievement. Talk about get over the hump. You're no longer the Cincinnati Bengals NBA, baby. Over, and there was no perfect and none of that. Nobody came up, hit somebody, slapped somebody. There was no perfect impression. Everything was kept clean to the point. Nothing happened. However, when asked you at that point in time, because you think views is messing up everything, it didn't mess up this one because great achievement, but you're not giving the moral victory. Why not?
I can't. There's no
Don't
more.
eat your words,
There's
bro.
no moral victories in sports, baby. They're probably gonna get swept.
That's fine. They can get
not
wiped
fine.
off. They can get
Teams-
wiped off like tar.
Listen,
They
check
were
this
not
out.
supposed to be
Listen,
there.
check
Come
this
on
out.
now.
Check this out. Check this out.
Actually, they were.
Through all this,
Hey,
like I said, sweeps break up teams. DeMar DeRozan already wants out, and they're winning. This is telling you something about this team. I mean, they got off the hump. Miami Heat, they wasn't healthy. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking there's no way that there's not going to be a Dwayne Wade and LeBron James matchup. That's box office. Why wouldn't they do that? But
wow, the NBA did something different this year.
yeah.
Yeah, they.
Were the
fat-
refs not in cahoots?
Where's David Stern?
I tell
I
you,
think he was somewhere.
Bring
I
him
tell you
back.
one thing.
Yeah. Silver done came and just silvered everything, huh?
I tell you one thing. The Heat fattened up Toronto for Cleveland to slaughter them, just like Hansel and Gretel.
Terrell, if this is the because we're going into Miami right now. We got to discuss Miami.
Oh, my.
If this is you standing over the coffin of the Miami Heat at this point in time, and just a matter of throwing the dirt on them and letting them go 6 feet under, what are your lasting words as you drop the flower on your team in the season that was?
Chris Bosh
Well,
gotta
that's
go.
not hard.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Chris Bosh gotta go. when we sign players, we must let them play. The way they just have people on their bench, you might as well just let the fans sit down there. Because, we had people that we could have, threw out there in a rotation. My whole problem is I've never liked Eric Spoelstra. I think he kind of let the players run the team more than he does. I don't know. We had so many rookies this year, so it was like a lot of rookie mistakes. Chris Bosh going down put the load on Dwayne Wade. Losing Whiteside really hurt. The paint was just vulnerable to any. I could have got in there. Dragic was too on and off, and Dwayne Wade, Father Prime didn't catch him yet, and that's obvious. I think they can regroup this summer. The Godfather does what he do best, and Pat Riley we trust, and I think we can lure somebody and give it a go again next year.
Carmelo?
I just got one question.
Kevin Durant?
Carmelo?
No, Carmelo can stay home. Kevin Durant can stay home too.
Oh gosh, you're so picky. Beggars can't be choosy.
He's so
Terrell.
picky.
Come on, if you're gonna lose to LeBron, at least lose with one of the best players in the league.
Terrell, one question: does Dwayne Wade stay?
That's the question, because
he got to
Yeah,
sign first.
he's a Heat lifer. I'm not even.
and won't be no hometown discount this time.
Let's talk about
No, honestly, I think whatever kind of income he gets that exceeds $20 million again, he honestly deserves
He
it.
ain't worth that no
the
more.
man played on this team since he was drafted and never received a max contract. He's taken pay cuts twice. The first time was to better the team. The second time was to also better the team, but LeBron skipped town. So just like Kobe, Dirk, Tim Duncan, I feel like at this point, whatever he gets, the organization owes to him because he could have left multiple times, but loyalty kept him there. So it's time for the team to do their part.
Let's go more into that, shall we? Dwayne Wade, 34 minutes, only 16 points. Again, no Hassan Whiteside, no Chris Bosh. You talk about revamping, restoring, but to a degree, it is really, really time to make some changes in Miami because you're not going to are you really going to have Dwayne Wade with the season that he had this year? Are you really think you're going to have that again?
I honestly think so. The man played 75 games before. He hasn't done that since 2010. Even in the playoffs, he was clearly the best player on the Miami Heat. I feel like if he keeps himself in shape, he ended the season pretty healthy. He should be fine. I'm not saying that, he's going to come out and be a 30-point player next year, but he's going to do his part. Yes, it is time to revamp the team, and, Dwayne Wade is still going to be their guy. This season, next season, the season before that, he's always going to be their guy.
Y'all do have a bright future, though.
I believe so. We have great rookies.
Yeah, Josh Richardson, Justin Winslow played well.
Justice Winslow just needs to develop a better offensive game.
Still got Dragic.
Dragic needs to be more consistent on offense.
Respectful.
Tragic.
I feel like
What's your
between
thoughts on
John
Whiteside
Green
and
Joe
that
Johnson,
attitude?
one of them has to go.
Whiteside could be gone too.
I don't think Whiteside is going to leave because I've kind of felt like he was humble at the opportunity that the Heat gave him.
But if DeAndre Jordan's getting $40 million, let's be real.
He stated that it's not about the money, but that's what he said.
It's always about the money.
It's
always about the
money.
Remember, the salary cap's going up.
It's only going up, baby.
Money.
I honestly think Whiteside is going to stay. I think they're going to give him something that's going to keep him comfortable. But I honestly feel like Miami has a good formula going. It's just injuries kind of really messed that up.
When is enough enough?
Enough is enough.
If Chris
If
Bosh
Bosh
come
suffers
back,
this injury again.
but it's not his fault. This is internal. It's not like he broke a ankle or.
Well, I do have news.
This is something you just go to the hospital and it's like you could have died a minute ago if you wouldn't have came in here at this point in time.
Well, yeah, I
hold
understand
that
that, but you
against
got to understand that the NBA is still a business. So they're not going to stop their business because he's hurt.
To his credit, he wanted to play. He begged to play.
I do have
Would you
news
have let
though
him play?
on Chris Bosh.
Huh?
I do have news on Chris Bosh.
Correct though.
Well, they were saying the Heat organization, they don't know if they're going to clear him for next year to play.
Wow.
So it's still up in the air. So
Wow.
you might not see him again.
If Chris Bosh has to retire,
Call it quits, man. We mess with your life.
At the same time, is it fair to the organization?
Nah, because you got a lot of money tied up.
$23 million a season to just sit there.
You got a lot of money
he's
tied up.
hoping that things will
nothing against
change.
Chris
You can.
Bosh, but they have to move on.
He's hoping things will change. You got to be very optimistic about your health. Now, granted, if he works himself, if something happens and changed, you can't just tell. Like one thing I hate, it's easy for us who've never played to tell somebody else who's done this? Realistically speaking, you've been playing basketball probably since you were 5. On a competitive level, you've probably been playing since you were a teenager. You were the best teenager in the state or wherever you came from. Then you went to college and then became the man. Or if you didn't go to college, you still was the man. Then you come to the NBA and then you just you've made a living off of this. This is how you eat, and people to tell them to walk away, something they love so much. So in his head, if he thinks that he can come back and play, and eventually everything will work himself out, God willing. If depending on how spiritual you are, that happens. Who are we to denounce him? But at the same point,
but the thing is, you can't be detrimental to the team. Like
you
he said, at the end of the day, this is still a business,
the
and they got a
business
lot
have
of
to
money
do their
tied up,
part.
and they're not getting their money's worth out of him.
Nope.
if he retires, what do we make of
He
Chris
didn't
Bosh's
deserve the
retire?
contract from the jump.
Y'all come back. What'd you say?
They gave him a 5-year, $118 million. Out of the big 3, I wasn't giving that to him.
But he was the X factor. Hold on, Chris Bosh
was-
silently made a lot of 3-pointers. Silently
Oh,
did
no,
a lot of
Chris
the dirty
Bosh-
work.
Chris Bosh had a
He was a
And
key
it
part.
was LeBron.
He was a
Chris
key
Bosh
part.
is a Hall of Famer.
He's
Then
a Hall
Chris-
of Famer, but
and then-
he's not worth $118 million. Not to carry it. No.
Yes, he is. If
Yes,
you
he
giving
is.
DeAndre
Totally
Jordan,
worth 118.
you giving Kobe at age
He
50,
was
25. Hey, you
Respect for Kobe.
No, he's right. Look, Byron, I give you that.
That was
I
old
give you
money.
that.
I'm just being honest.
That was
Like,
old money.
Dwight Howard getting 80 mil, right?
That was
Okay.
old money,
All
though.
right. Nowitzki getting what? Okay.
The Lakers owed him that money.
I'ma stop
and
right
the,
there.
and
They didn't owe
Nowitzki's
him
more,
anything.
if we want to talk about valuable, how valuable is Dirk Nowitzki as on one leg as he is in Dallas?
Dirt man.
A healthy Chris Bosh is better than how many of these bottles?
Yeah, I'll give you that. He's a very.
He's very crafty.
Yeah.
Like,
At the end of the day,
healthy-
though, if he can come back, you take him with open arms, and you
Yes.
thank him for being.
All I need, he just needs to get out of the United States during All-Star Weekend because it happened 2 years in a row during All-Star Weekend.
Cravante, back to you. Chris Bosh says, "Hey, I can't do it. These clots, these blood clots just keep coming. This is my health. I got babies. I got people that I need to care for, a wife, and I just want to be on this earth. Basketball has meant the world to me. I'm 30-something years old. It's time to go." What do you make of his career?
He's a Hall of Famer, and it would be a
Wait,
great.
is it easier to get in the Hall of Fame as NBA than this?
He is a Hall of Famer for what he did with the Miami Heat and the Toronto Raptors. Because remember, guys,
Yeah.
before
20 and 10. He averaged
before
20
he
and 10.
came down to Miami,
Dreadlocks
that boy
and
was
all.
the man in Canada.
Hey,
like
you
all of
We
Canada.
are the North.
You remember that
And you
commercial he
gotta
made,
remember,
right, to
you
get in the
gotta
All-Star
remember-
game?
Yeah.
Chris-Bosh.com. You know,
Well,
both
should
of
we
them.
add him to the list of the people that didn't get Toronto? And that's with the braids.
I mean, you got
Oh,
to
yeah, he
give,
did have a
Hey.
twist. He had a twist. Yeah.
give him his props. He is still the Toronto Raptors franchise all-time leading scorer. Wow. Still.
There you go.
He's the man, and if he goes out like that, round of applause, man.
Yeah.
Good, great career.
And also, he made the Final Four in college at Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
And of course, that goes
And a
into
part
it
of
as
that
well.
03 draft class.
Yep. Went number 4 to the Toronto Raptors.
Before we go to the West, one last question about the East. Well, first of all, are your picks as unanimous as Steph Curry? They will get swept. Toronto.
I'm giving them at least a game.
I'm giving them a game, too.
I'm
Book
not
it.
giving him nothing.
I give him a game.
Second best
They
backcourt
gotta
in the
prove
NBA,
it,
they
man.
will
And
get
out the
there.
broom.
They're getting swept.
The Drake factor will help.
Bring out the broom.
The rain
man.
in this case.
Because I
Views.
know, right, bring out the rain, the views rain.
Now he's speaking of the broom though, but where was Drake though?
Bring out the
during that?
vacuum
Oh, he's
cleaner.
at Saturday Night Live. You know, you
Where
ain't seen him
he's
on Saturday
supposed,
Night Live?
yo, because if Drake's in the building, they're definitely losing.
Exactly.
Bring out the vacuum cleaner.
He's gonna have his LeBron jersey on underneath the Toronto
One
jersey.
question about Cleveland though. You can't sing shoulda, coulda, woulda like you can in Cleveland regarding the big 3 last year. This year, your trail to the not only the Eastern Conference Finals, but most likely to the finals has been a very clear one, without interruption, without disruption, no stop sign available. Nothing. They ain't even no red light.
It wasn't even really no
It was
speed
yellow and
bumps in there
green.
either.
All right.
So, it does not happen again. You can't sing shoulda, coulda, woulda,
Oh, no, this
This
is it.
year.
This is it.
because
This is it. This is it. Like, there's no excuses. Like, if LeBron loses this year, I don't know what's gonna happen to him. He's gonna destroy himself mentally.
He will become history in more ways than one.
But the thing is,
can always be a
like
Laker.
I said, this season,
Hell no.
I just don't
I mean,
see it
hell no.
happening.
No, you
But
said that
moving
right.
forward, though,
You said that right.
I don't know if LeBron will ever win another ring because I mean Steph Curry's only getting better. You see, the East is eventually
guys
going
who
to
had the
turn
big
it
one.
around.
Eventually,
So-
yeah, eventually.
Hey Drake, can you agree that LeBron's better chances of winning more rings was in Miami?
Where you should have
Yeah.
I would have
stayed.
said yeah,
Yeah.
because for the simple fact you had Pat Riley, Dwayne Wade, and Pat Riley even said it himself. You know, you're not going to win every year. Sometimes you got to ride.
Yeah,
the
he
ship.
challenged him.
And LeBron just didn't stick around for the course.
Look at the Spurs,
But, I
every
mean,
2
then
years,
LeBron
right?
hasn't.
Oh, well, those days are over, so we can stop that.
I know, but every 2 years. Anyways, let's move on to the Wild Wild West, shall we? Your Western Conference Finals. The Oklahoma City Thunder.
It's
The
lit.
Golden State Warriors.
As I correctly predicted, by the way,
I also said they win too, so I was with you.
weeks ago.
Oklahoma City, let's go. 113-99 for they beat the San Antonio Spurs. Steven Adams 17 points, 11 rebounds. Where did Roberson come from? We're 14 in Game 7.
We stopped dancing and stopped playing.
Kevin Durant 37 points, and might I add some crucial buckets in some of these Spurs runs. When the Spurs tried to get back down the stretch, he stopped a potential run. 28 being their highest lead in that game. Russell Westbrook 28. So let's run it down, shall we? Game 1 horrible. If Game 1 was any implication of what the rest of that series was going to be, that's what you believed, correct though? Russell Westbrook criticism. You watched this man almost have a out of body experience to a degree and kind of put himself back together. What was that, Game 4 or
Yeah,
Game 5?
It was game
5.
Game 5. Yeah.
Put himself together for the second half and actually came back out. No chance. The Spurs, invincible on paper, invincible in person.
I don't know about the last part.
Oklahoma City
And
has
old on the
Oklahoma
court.
City doesn't have nobody. Who the heck else they gonna play besides Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant?
That's all you need.
4 straight. Do it as a team, actually.
Yeah,
Trusting of a
3
team.
straight.
Three straight, excuse me. 3 straight. Wins as a team. Looks like a team. Took damn near half the year.
It's not shocking to me. I said they had a chance to beat them. It's all about the mindset. And once they was able to outmind the Spurs and outspeed them, they was able to take advantage of every Spur weakness that they had.
Well, every game was close besides the last game.
The first game and the last game.
The first game and the last game. But Ginobili, Duncan, Parker didn't show up when they needed to show up.
Especially Paul.
They just look old. They
Wait
look
a
like
minute,
their
wait a
age.
minute, wait a minute. I'm not going to let you just absolve
Hey, I've been
LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge came up.
I wasn't
Clearly
finished.
their best
I
player.
They
wasn't
took him
finished.
out, though.
He
Ah.
disappeared at the game.
He
Game
disappeared.
I wasn't finished.
disappeared.
Oh,
You know-
okay.
You know what he was?
What was
He was Portland LaMarcus Aldridge. That's where he was.
Ooh, no.
He was. Is this even equivalent? I know y'all know I say some crazy things, but he kind of reminded me, as good as he is, he kind of reminded me of J.R.
J.R. who?
J.R. Smith.
Ja Ryder?
I mean,
which
you
part?
don't have
No,
one.
no,
you
no,
don't
which-
have-
but which
disappeared,
part?
The
On
one that
court
Brick City-
or off the court?
the one that's on the court. Your
Brick
Brick
City.
City
Just
won
saying.
series, and then you come back. It only took was an elbow for
Oh
him
no,
to
he
get
on
off
fire
the
right
field.
now. I wouldn't talk bad about JR.
Don't worry, he'll cool off.
Yeah, we'll
Don't worry,
eventually-
he'll cool off.
J.R. who?
Spurs not old.
Be respectful.
The Spurs aren't old by
Just
any
listen.
means necessary, but they finally look like it's time.
Oh no,
like,
they old. It's time for them
It
to go.
looks like there's some some retire. They maybe they should start thinking about some retirements of
They
their
need to
own.
join the
They-
Kobe train.
They're
Get
not
out of here.
athletic. We said this when they played Golden State. Any team that has athleticism is going to give them problems.
Anytime they play the Thunder, it gives them problems.
Yeah.
but,
Any team
a
with
lot of-
athleticism
A
is
lot
gonna
of
give
us
them
had them going at least to the Western Conference Finals, and it didn't
I
happen.
didn't, and the age showed. Time for them to go. Get them out of
Hey,
there.
I
Join
said,
Kobe on the
man,
couch.
people was giving the
Hey,
Spurs
hey,
stuff
hey,
before
hey.
it was even their time. Of course, you're going to because it's the Spurs. But however, they gotta play like everybody else. Kawhi Leonard, Aldridge, Danny Green, leaned on them. But my question is, not bad seasons for Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan. We gotta take a break. Retirement. Tim Duncan, is it over?
He
This is
gone.
the flex zone. Hold the thought. We'll be right
Shoot it
back.
right off the backboard. Get that retirement.
Now,
Time.
wait a minute.
And we're back. The Flex Zone. You know the show on Fox Sports 3040 AM. Hope well. I know you missed us. I know them breaks are hard, but we're right back. Duncan, Ginobili, Parker. Now, Duncan did not have a bad season. He just had a bad playoffs. Hardly really used. I know it had to be a little bit frustrating. And I don't know if Serge Ibaka got the best of him on that block or did his own knees get the best of him on that own block. So, Duncan, is it time? Are you what's so funny?
You know, I was interacting Duncan. You know, I was holding my knee.
I'm sorry, Tim Duncan. I mean, the most graceful man in any sport, the most humble man in any sport, can clearly show everybody how to be a champion on and off the court. Have you heard anything TMZ got? No, better yet, outside the lines. Have you heard anything about Tim Duncan?
No,
never.
But you know.
Oh, well,
Wait for
I'm gonna keep that one to myself.
Wait.
I'm gonna keep that one to myself.
I know
That's
what you're about
another
to say.
show.
I know what
That's
you're
another
about to
show.
say. I know exactly what you're about to say.
Yep.
Don't go there.
I was just about to say.
I'm gonna be really respectful. I'm
Hey,
gonna
it was-
Well,
Listen. Let's wait till he retires.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're gonna do it like Peyton.
No.
There you go. See, there you
minute I
go.
hear
Well,
him speak, my eyebrow
retirement.
goes up.
Is Timmy gone?
I think it's
No,
unanimous.
Yes.
He gone
No.
next year. Next
No,
season.
he's
He
coming
need to
back.
he need to join those
He
women
need
in
to
San
be
Antonio
gone
and
now.
just go ahead and
Coming
leave.
If we had an if we think of the league right now,
Push him down the
if we
river.
had an
wait a
AARP
minute.
squad that
He's a leader.
needs to go,
He's the leader.
They will build around
Kevin
him.
Garnett,
Kevin Garnett,
Go.
Paul Pierce,
Paul Pierce,
yes,
go.
KG, I
Andre
agree.
Miller.
Andre Miller,
Pierce,
go.
yes.
Andre Miller was playing on the
Dwayne
starting
Wade, you're
five.
halfway there. Go. Not
Wait,
now,
wait.
but you're halfway there.
Hold up.
Yes,
You will not
the
disrespect
light is coming to the
Dwayne
end of the
Wade.
tunnel. Kobe showed you the light
I-
and
actually-
left.
Dwayne Wade
Actually,
Go
uh,
take
a lot
the
of
tunnel
players,
with
but
him.
I actually agree with her. He does need to.
He's
you know,
showing
think
the
about
light
retirement.
soon.
Yeah, whatever.
Once that ball spot gets in the middle,
Oh boy.
He got Gabrielle Union. Ain't gonna be no ball spot.
that's all he need. Go retire then. This is
Nah, I
He's
heard
still playing good
she might be
basketball.
stressful too, man.
I heard that too. Being married somebody? Oh, okay.
no,
Look, being married to Mary Jane is very stressful.
Anyway, 67 wins, 1 loss at home. These Parker, Ginobili, Duncan, still a recipe, still working. However, and they have Pop, and Pop we trust, they say. What do you do, though? What do you do?
Pop need to play some of them younger guys, man. He need to
Stop
playing
being
some of them
stubborn,
younger
man. He didn't even
dudes,
play
man.
Dial in
What's that
Game
7
7.
3 guy that they got? They didn't play him at all.
No.
in the
Yeah,
series.
Play them dudes,
It's
man.
Popovich that's kind of just stuck in this mindset
Stubborn to
where
a fault.
he wants to play Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker, and he's
It's
just
time
stuck.
for his formula
He's
to change.
and that's been his Achilles heel sometimes in some of these series. We see that. I think it honestly cost him a ring a few years ago with the Miami series. where he
Actually, no.
played
No.
Duncan.
He should have put
I
Duncan
think
in.
not having
Dial.
Duncan out there
He
cost him the
put
series.
Duncan out the game.
I'm saying sometimes. I mean, his coaching is sometimes just questionable at times because it's just like it's like you don't know when to play Duncan, but then you play him at the wrong times, and then I don't know what.
You outthink
what he's
yourself
doing out there.
sometimes.
It's the same thing. Make you laugh, make you cry.
Yeah,
He's a genius, but sometimes
mad
you can be
genius.
too smart for your own good, and you see that with
I mean, Bill
Popovich's,
Belichick.
It's
Phil
like-
Jackson's, Bill Belichick. It happens. You know, they win more than they lose. He has rings to prove it, but
Definitely.
he has to, as you D said, trying to change, play the younger guys, spread the floor more, get more athletic, and they have failed to do that over the past few years.
It's like he doesn't have a plan B. He sticks with plan A all the time. And I think this year, with that sudden upset, that clearly proves that it's time to try something else. I mean, you keep your Kawhi Leonards and your LaMarcus Aldridge, but I mean,
You got Kyle Anderson, Danny
Yeah,
Green.
well, no,
Listen,
they
how much
tried
and
to
how
get
much
that
could you
Towards
have
the end.
asked from Kawhi Leonard? Because he did all he could.
Oh, he was
But
worn down.
oh,
He
man,
was
he
worn
did.
down chasing around Durant and
It-
Westbrook. He
It's
was worn down.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Because he had to play both sides of the
Where did
ball,
LaMarcus
man.
Aldridge go?
He
But
did.
Where did he go?
it's LaMarcus Aldridge
APB out.
who was the problem because we don't know where he disappeared.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, he was in Portland.
Oh, snap.
Sorry, Lamarcus.
To Coach Pop. Coach Pop, another thing that
And
gets me
don't
about
answer no damn questions.
the other thing
Oh, the shade
other
that
thing
he likes
about
to
Coach
call.
Pop is he doesn't like calling timeouts that much.
Nah, he don't. He don't.
He kind of he
Well-
makes him get out of the hole today, and he like
I mean,
y'all
Phil
work it out.
Jackson did
Yeah.
the same.
That's
Yeah.
real
Lakers
old
the
school,
same
man.
Lakers
That's real
in
old
Chicago
school.
was
Yeah,
down
you
by
can't get no.
30. Phil
Y'all-
Jackson still looking like this.
Y'all better work
Still
out
looking
of it.
straight.
Now,
Figure
y'all
it
might
out.
laugh at this, but I think Tiago Splitter missing him is affecting him some too.
Yeah, having that inside presence,
Hmm.
right?
Let us move forward, shall we? We're still within the Western Conference Finals. We got to talk about the team that beat the Spurs, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, Golden State has had the upper hand. But these regular season games have been not all but entertaining. We cannot forget the shot that was Steph. How many feet was he away from the basket?
30.
God,
He was in California when he
dog.
shot.
He was in California. That's all we know. So,
pretty much.
This series expecting to be nothing short of that, and offensively sound as possible. Oklahoma City versus Golden State. It's not in the stars to win this series. It's in the other guys, correct? Can we say?
Is Golden State's to lose, pretty much.
Who has the pressure?
Oklahoma City does.
Really?
I think they do.
No,
I think it was Golden State, correct?
I say Golden State because of the record alone, having 73 wins, Steph Curry being the first unanimous MVP. All the pressure is on them.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
the wins is good, but without the ring, it means nothing.
I think the
I
pressure's
don't know
down
about
the middle.
I don't know about all the pressure. I think it's a
think
little
it's
bit more
down the middle.
even than you
I
guys
think
are
it's
giving
down
to
the middle.
because Russell Westbrook and KD have always had pressure on them
And this
that
could
they
be their
can't
last
win,
hurrah
that they
together.
can't win
That's right.
together.
Exactly.
And I think this is their last hurrah too.
And they have a
4 out of
rookie
6.
head
How many
coach in
years
Billy
is it?
Donovan.
4 out of 6.
Yeah, 4 out of 6 conference
But
finals.
this is the thing about them not being together anymore. We have this conversation all the time. They don't market themselves as separate entities. They market themselves as together. I don't think Kevin Durant's not chasing a ring. Kevin Durant would be perfectly fine or staying in Oklahoma City. And based on how these playoffs have been, if they are at least even able to give Golden State some go and make it at least tied to the point that they get the champs on their heels, that may be enough to keep him one more year, at least one more.
Yeah, he could
If
sign
not
a
this
one.
one,
He could. There's
That's it.
rumors saying that he could sign a 1-year contract and then
Two-year
him
contract.
And then him and Westbrook leave
could
together.
leave together. Because that's
fitting.
That's the LeBron option. So I mean,
But that's fitting. That's nice.
And the salary cap's going up. Like
we
you
couldn't
said.
do it together. One more year. We did this one. Let's bow out together, my friend.
But the sad thing is, Golden State isn't going anywhere. And the thing is, Steph, Clay, Draymond, they're not even in their prime yet.
Let's get some.
Scary.
Let's
That's
get
scary,
some
isn't it?
good old.
Very
and
scary.
and they're locked in until 2018.
So Draymond Green's not going to prove the James Harden impression.
He's the most important
He's
player.
not
probably
going
on
to go
the team.
nowhere and build a team around him. He's in like
He
one
just
of the
got
top
paid.
5 players.
got
He
paid.
just-
He just got
He
broke
got paid.
off.
He making
just-
more than Steph and Clay.
He is one of the
That's
top
crazy,
5
right?
players
Why
to
you gotta
build
worry
a
about
team
Klay
around
Thompson?
him. So
Klay wanna leave.
predictions,
I say,
people.
But he just got signed last year. He just got signed last year. Steph was
So
2
they're
years
just
ago.
waiting on
They all
Curry. Of
signed,
all
like Dre
people, they're
said,
waiting
through
for
18.
Curry.
Curry's not going nowhere.
They going there.
No,
lucky
of
tax.
course not.
Jerry
Of
West
course
not
not.
done, baby. He helped construct those Lakers teams. He ain't gonna let Golden
That's
State
right.
go.
Quick and straight,
Former Laker.
and to the point. Golden State in 7. I still say. I think this is an
I say in
interesting
6.
series.
6. I say 6.
You know what? They gonna sweep them boys.
Oh, you
You
go
going with Skip? Wait.
They gonna sweep them. They gonna put them out of
Byron,
there.
I'm with you.
Skip
I
said
was
this.
thinking it
I'm
would be a long series.
I'm with you,
But
man.
Golden State is
I'm with
not
you, man.
sweeping.
for
They
obvious
gonna
Get a
reasons.
game,
They
man.
gonna get
Skip-
2 games.
I'm
Skip
with
You know
did
what?
say,
I think Golden State wants to prove that they're still the
They
kings
still
of the
the
court.
champions, yeah.
why
Bullies
not
of
do
the
it against
block.
Oklahoma City, correct?
They're still Debo, so they gonna sweep them boys.
Skip Bayless said the same thing, and Steve
I didn't
Smith like,
honestly. I
cannot
didn't even
believe-
hear about what they said. I haven't watched First Take since they announced all that stuff. But
I'm telling
Hey,
you,
great
I
minds
did.
think alike.
I watched it. Skip did say that. Anywho's,
I-
moving. Can I move forward?
I'm sorry, just 6 at the most.
I
6 at
Come
the
on,
I'm gonna hold
at
on
the
to
most.
7.
they're gonna beat them boys like a drum.
I'm gonna hold on
But
to 7.
I'll
They're gonna beat them like
sweep.
a drum.
Sweep,
Yes.
sweep is.
If they
is
no
right.
no
Come
okay
on,
no
man.
no check this out. If they get swept, KD's out.
Yeah. Anyways, talk about another man that's been out of his mind, and out of many teams' jerseys. Dwight Howard. He made a special appearance on Inside the NBA on TNT with your boys Chuck and the gang. He always sits in for the Mr. Shaquille O'Neal. He was not there.
Oh, they can't be on the same show.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
was
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Oh no, it might be a
Superman
fight.
and Superman
Might be a fight.
So-
There will be some barbecue chicken.
They said he sits in for Shaquille O'Neal. And guess what happens?
He missed a free throw.
In the midst of the conversations, here's Chuck. You know, I gotta ask you a question.
Gotta say it like Charles.
I can't talk as
Terrible.
southern. I can't sound as
Like,
I can't sound as southern
Terrible.
as Charles
you know,
Barkley said.
Ernie, they should have gave those guards in Toronto.
Kawhi Leonard.
In my opinion.
He the
He,
best
well,
two-way
anyway,
player.
in regards to Dwight Howard, he turns to him and said, "Now, Dwight, why fans dislike you? Why do you think?" And to be funny, I know what I'm about to say is about this. It seems like a bad conversation, but to a degree, it was a conversation that needed to be had with Dwight Howard, and that was a perfect setting to have it. I don't think he expected to have it. And at the end of it, it kind of sort of was refreshing and beneficial to anybody who listened. But anyways, why do fans dislike you? In calm and composure as he could be, I think I was very likable in Orlando, and the way that situation ended with him demanding a trade from the Magic, I think people felt as though I'm just this bad boy. He goes on to get further asked by Charles Barkley because the shots kept coming. How does he feel playing with ball-dominating guys like James Harden? And he also said sometimes he seemed disinterested at times. He said disinterested. I'm always interested in winning, but sometimes as a big, you want to feel a part of what's going on, not there. Now, there's been times where I've been upset and I've taken myself out of games and situations, and that's on me, and I have to grow and be a better player at that time. He goes on to add that people think he smiles too much. He's note that this may be a problem, that people think this. He said, people think I smile too much. And he said that sometimes he's debated in his own mind if he should smile at certain times and risk being seen as not taking the sport seriously enough. All in all, a remarkable and candid interview with Dwight Howard. And at the end, they told him to just be him. You don't feel bad for the guy? I kind of got a liking for him after that. I was like, and if you watch Dwight Howard, because I've been in a locker room with him once or twice, he really is an easygoing guy. And when he left and went to Houston, I kind of understood why he would leave the Lakers, because he really is. Everybody loves him.
It's everybody's center, huh?
Everybody's center, depending on what kind of.
Everybody's center.
Very candid interview, to say the least. However, are we, Byron? Enough is enough with Dwight Howard. Make it happen, Captain. Right?
Yeah, I don't think he wants to talk about him.
Next subject.
But the reason why people don't like him is because he doesn't develop his game. I mean, he's had the same game since high school, from what I'm hearing. He doesn't have a consistent jump hook. All he does is rebound, and he gets disinterested when he's not a part of the team. He doesn't have that. He just doesn't seem like the type of guy that just wants to go for it. You know, he's just like, I'm happy to be in the NBA. I'm happy to get $80 million. I'm just happy to be here.
Let's move forward about somebody that really went for it. You know, normally on the flex zone, we like to throw a couple curveballs every now and then. We like to throw a couple punches, keep people on their toes. And tonight there's no different. We got something special for you. The Flex Zone World Round of Boxing, presented to you by Fox Sports 1340 AM Hopewell. In this corner, ruining Odor. In the right corner.
Oh, it was nobody else in the other corner. He just got knocked out.
Wait. Where is he? Where is he?
He's still on the ground.
I got this one. Jose
In the right corner,
Batista.
Blue Jays outfielder Jose Bautista.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm Jose Batista. I got punches in the face.
Oh my gosh.
I flip bats, but I can't fight.
Oh my gosh.
Ding, ding.
Punch.
Ding, ding.
No, he squared him up. He looked him right in his eye. That wasn't a sucker punch.
No, it wasn't.
Talk about on point.
I can't lie. The Oriole fan of piece me did kind of enjoy it. I mean,
Talk about on point.
Even though this don't have nothing to do with it, that kind of did remind me of Chris Childs and Kobe.
No, wait a minute.
Hey, I like that one. Few piece in the biscuit. That was nice.
Oh man.
Talk about on point. Everybody, the biggest suspension Odor is looking to get in MLB fighting history. It's funny because if you watch the tape, everybody's trying to get the outs and everything. And next thing you know, one of the players start running off the field chasing the ball, and they go, oh, and he start running to the left side. Everybody comes off the bench. Next thing you know, you got an all-out Raw.
But Batista knows that slide was dirty. He tried to take that guy.
Was it dirty?
Well, let's start from the beginning.
Thank you.
Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, so
This started last year in the ALDS.
Woo! These boys hold grudges.
Right.
Baseball players are the best at doing
yes,
that.
They
You don't
do.
know.
The Blue Jays, Jose Batista hit the home run, flipped his bat, kind of disrespectful.
Pretty much put the middle finger up as he ran the bases. That's what that is equivalent
So
to.
the Rangers, and I do blame the Rangers for this, they should have got him the first game they met him instead of waiting until they finished
I like it.
playing them.
They
like
waited
it.
7 games.
I like
then
it.
you wait until this man's very last bat to get him.
Now, granted, Batista's slide was wrong too.
Yeah, it was
You
wrong.
don't do that.
He provoked him.
And he
you
found out
don't
he
slide
found out the hard way. You don't slide up on that dude, because that
He-
dude, how he
did he
squared
get a
up on
big-
him.
you get a big when you get a big stake.
And this
or
wasn't his
something,
first
put
fight.
it in,
He punched the guy in the minors too.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys
He punched
heard.
4 dudes in the
Yeah,
back.
he
Do you
almost
put
took out a whole team.
Do you put something?
I like
on
our
it
guys.
when
I
you
want
put
him
it
on my
against your
team.
face to get the swelling down?
But the thing
It's
is,
raw, right?
how he came at him, he shoved him, was like, I wish you would, and then swung first, like knocked his glasses off, knocked his helmet off.
Anytime a person doesn't talk about it,
His
just
jaw
do it.
got
You know they
rocked.
about that.
Yeah,
life.
he said he was trying to protect himself. That's what he said.
Blu-rays.
Who was trying to protect themselves?
Mr. Odell.
Oh Lord, I couldn't tell. He was on the offensive the entire time.
Blue Jays manager John Gibbons thinks it was gutless.
Whatever.
Define gutless.
What is that?
That's a little
Gutless.
strange. Yeah,
Come
it
on,
wasn't
man.
gutless.
I mean,
Composure.
Blue-
You couldn't have no I mean, if you're already involved
What's
with a guy
gutless
that
is
you
he
know,
got thrown out arguing balls and strikes.
you know
You know the
guys
man,
are
you can't do
dirty.
that.
You know the guy's dirty. You can't have. I mean, in this case, you would call Bautista dirty. Right?
And the
That's
guy
fine,
the
right?
Rangers had
Keep the composure.
Matt
throw the
Bush.
pitch at. Yeah, Matt Bush. It
He was-
wasn't like he threw at his head. He kind of threw in between the rib cage. And
It wasn't like at his head or anything.
Right.
It wasn't violent.
mean-
But anytime baseball is the lead story on SportsCenter, you got NBA playoffs and other things going on.
This ain't even hockey.
And it's not the World Series. This is
Yeah.
amazing. I love it.
How many games did your boy get? Because he got to be gone eventually for a couple of them.
Well, he's an infielder, so he'll probably get at least 7 to 10 games.
Probably at least 10.
I
Around
say
10.
2 weeks.
Yeah, at least
7
10.
to 10.
I mean,
I
Bryce
say just
Harper
bring him
cussed
back.
out an umpire for that.
Bring
He
him
got it
back,
going.
baby.
I say you let him rock, but that's
Hey,
not
bring
my
him
league.
back, free him.
Because trust me, this is must-see TV
But
now.
in
Man,
baseball,
what?
respect. They want younger fans to watch the game. They want more people to be entertained. They say it's boring. But when you get things like this, it's great for social media. It's great for Vine. 6 seconds, one of the best Vines I've seen recently. It's great. This is what you want for your sport. And Rob Manfred has to love this and say, we need more stuff like this. Not saying advocating violence, but just more exciting plays and letting, be physical.
It looked like Canelo and Khan for it again.
I tell you one thing. Batista can put some respect on Odor's name. That's for sure. That's for
He
sure.
ain't coming
Respect.
Raj like that. Anyways, 2 minutes. Any more MLB news we got, bro, out there? Because we about to end the show, people.
Cubs looking great. Jake Arrieta, last 27 starts, 2 no-hitters, 1 loss.
Could it be a Chicago World Series? 'Cause the White Sox is leading that division too.
Yeah, it's possible.
And Orioles looking
The
good.
Orioles looking good also. Offense
Orioles
is
is looking really
exploding.
good.
Right.
But in Dre's defense, Yankees looking good. Got their bullpen back. Betances, Chapman,
Dre's
and
defense.
Miller looks dominant.
Thank you.
And that's all.
the
And
bullpen
he
looks
just
dominant.
told you what's up with his team.
not them old guys that they got up there.
And like you
hitting.
said, Bryce Harper did get suspended, but
And Bryce Harper is still trying to find himself.
he started hot, but he's kind of slowing down.
Yeah, he has
And
slowed
people
down.
forget Manny Machado, just as good, better defensively,
Well,
looking like an MVP.
well, we're the MVP of all sports shows, and this one is over because we are unanimous.
We done.
So, real quickly, hurry up. Social medias. How can people find you?
Snapchat and Twitter, Be More and Show
Why'd I
Off
get-
on IG, Black American Dream.
I'm sorry. I forgot the way this was supposed
It's
to go.
okay. It's at the end of the show. At Crevonte Hurd, CREVONTEHURDE. That's Twitter and Facebook and Instagram.
I must say, Dre, those are some nice
You never
names.
give out your snap.
Thank you.
At BKD_TV.
That's explicit.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Um,
Byron, did you go?
Oh, I'm done.
At
Did you
Terrell
go?
James on Facebook.
I didn't hear it.
Tasmania_103 Instagram. Taz_60 on Snapchat.
We got to work on those names.
All right. On Facebook, DeMar's Analyst D, DMARUS. And on the Twitter,
The Twitter.
Reflects on One.
Speaking of the Twitter poll. Yeah,
So
you do it.
where should Dwight Howard go? Houston, D.C., Dallas, or Atlanta?
Or out the NBA.
DC.
Is that an option?
Space Jam.
Is
I
that an
said
option? Is that an option?
Hey,
and
it's
D,
coming out.
shut it
It's
up.
coming out. Space Jam 2.
Irritating. That's what it is. Steph Curry. I'm up for him being in the Space Jam too.
The bunnies will be back. Anyways, anywho, Rod, you finished the game.
All right, Instagram, Herringmore. You can catch me on Twitter at Herringmore. And you can catch me on Facebook wearing a nice vest.
What?
Yeah.
I gotta check this out.
Got
Hold
his
on.
Roman Reigns.
Bulletproof
Wait a minute.
vest.
Got his Roman Reigns.
Okay,
I know what I'll be doing.
You can
Looking-
find me on.
Looking very dapper.
You can
At
find.
Roger Lee Herring. Go ahead.
Yeah, because please, you just gave.
I'm
these
sorry, that's
boys
always
so
the top
much
story when
ammo.
Roger got something new.
You know how much ammo you bunt?
That's what I want.
The shots
Ammo.
are coming after this. We get
Bang,
off here.
bang.
Anyways, you can find me on Facebook at Mykel Ramos. That's MYKELLRAMOS, and on Instagram at Mykel Sade, MYKELLSADE. We want to thank True Sounds for our theme song. Don't forget to like us again on that Facebook page, The Flex Zone. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Flex Zone 1. If you have any questions, ideas, or possibly want to be a guest, send us an email to theflexzone1@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Flex Zone. To hear this show again, because Wednesdays aren't your only day, but to hear it again, you can go to SoundCloud to listen in or iTunes. Tonight's show is executively produced by Andre Melton. Our senior producer is Crevonte Hurd. And our host and moderator, is me.
New title?
I do. Whoa.
I hope you know it don't mean I'm raising his pay.
Hey,
And I will add
Meet the
associate
press.
producer, so I'm sticking to it. Our social media is Sophia. Engineer is Ty. He's in the back. We can never forget about the light man in there. He's awesome. Anyways, and we got to thank Milton, Rochelle, Sophia, Bree, everybody that contributes to the show. All our interns, thank you. And I'm going to say it like I say it every week. And I don't care if it rhymes, it's mine. I'm Kevin McKell, and Byron, what are we?
We gone.